Hi everyone, in this video we will learn about pointers. This is a very easy concept and it is used across various other topics like graph, tries, binary tree, binary search tree. That these are the topics, once we understand, we use them in actually solving our problems that is there on LeetCode GFG. This is the base and this is the start of uh, learning pointers, and this one tutorial is enough for you, and this includes everything about pointers. There's nothing beyond this tutorial that you will be needing to understand pointers, because this video covers everything that pointer really is and where exactly it is used, how it is used. We will talk about that as well, but right now we will learn about the pointers fundamentally, what they are and what are the things that they do. We'll start by learning about how to read variables. Then we will learn about that reading involves reading two things: reading value and address. Then we will learn about pointers, and we'll do the same thing, reading value inside the pointer and the address of the pointer. And then we will learn about usage of pointer. So this deals with, this is where we will learn about creation of the pointer and reading the values. Now the usage of pointer is, it includes, here we will learn about why are we actually having pointers. So it points to some address. We want to get inside that address and get the value. That's why we use pointers, to point to something so that we can read that something. So we will learn about usage of pointers, that is how to read uh, pointers, how to use pointers. That's it. Now let's come back to uh, understand pointers. So just to give you a quick picture, I'll go to a whiteboard, and we'll tell you here. So a pointer is something we will learn, but first we will learn about reading a variable. So there is a variable too. So let's say we have this disk, okay, CD. At some point in the disk, in our hard disk, you can consider it a CD or hard disk or your SSD, anything. Somewhere on there, we have a place where this variable is going to be stored. Let's create a variable quickly. 90x equals to 10. So this is the x which has a value 10. And where exactly it is in the disk? At some address. So end of x will give you the address of this. So just to print a value, x will give us the value, and address of x will give us the address where this is located. If I'll run it, compile this, this is compilation and this is command to run it. So now we have the value and the address where it is placed. Yeah. Now we know the first thing, that is how to read of value, yeah, that we have. Now let's go to the second point, which is pointers. A pointer is something which holds address. I'll write it here. Holds address. Pointers hold address. Now address could be of anything. Let me tell you about it. 1 second. So there is a place, let's call it PTR. It is not holding some value. This is, if this was a variable, it can hold value like x. So if we do x, so this is some memory location where 10 is, and outside, if you want to know where this box is, that is the address where the box really is. But right now we are learning about pointers. So a pointer is again a place which is going to hold some address. So let's give this address to this pointer tr. So that would be address of x. It holds the address. Let's give it an address. And similar thing with pointer as well. If you want to know where this pointer is on the disk, you just use add ampersand sign in front of ptr pointer, and it will tell you the address where this location where this pointer is. That's the two things we need to learn about pointers. Let's quickly declare a pointer. So ptr is the pointer, and it will hold the address inside which we are having integer type value. So integer is the type. We will learn about this, how to read the pointers later. Right now I'm just quickly declaring a pointer and giving it an address, because pointers holds address. Simple. Let's print two things, that is the address of pointer and the pointer value, what address it is holding. Let's compile, run. So we got this thing. I will do one thing here, printing pointer value and address. So this will give us the value. Let me run it again, compile, and run. So printing pointers value and addresses. This is the pointer which gives us the value inside it. So what's the value inside the pointer? Is the address of x. Pointers hold addresses, and this is the address of the pointer, that is this. So if I'll copy this, paste it here, this whole thing belongs to, this is the value, and this is the value in the pointer. How do I verify the pointer having the value is the address of something? And I just gave the address of x. Let's print the address of x also. So address of x is ending with 158, and pointer gives me the value inside it, that is address of x, 158. That's how pointers are. So to conclude, pointer, write it here, to to conclude, pointer holds addresses. That's it. It holds one address. Now, how to read a pointer? Well, before that, let's do one more thing, that is, we know how to create the pointer, or declare, I would rather say, reading the pointer value, this, and the address of the pointer, this. Now let's do one thing, that is the third part, usage of pointer, how to use pointers. So right now, a pointer is something, I'll remove this. Pointer is something that we use to point to something so that we can read the value inside it. So imagine yourself standing right here. You're standing right here. So this is the address. If you want to go inside, you can use the asterisk to go inside the box. So before we do the third part, usage of the pointers, we need to understand asterisk usage. So if we are outside the box, it means if we are having any address, it means we are outside the box. We put an asterisk on that, we get inside the box. It takes us inside the box, or in other words, if you have address, just put asterisk in front of it to go inside that address, Let's see how it works. So address of PTR will give us the address. So I will comment all the couts so that we get a clean picture here on the terminal. Let's put an asterisk on this address. Let's put an asterisk. What will it do? Address of PTR means we are here. If you put an asterisk on this, like this, so we have address of PTR, it means we are having the address of the box. We put an asterisk on this. This asterisk will take inside and give us the value. Let's print it. So 158 is the value it gives. 158 is the value we get. Yeah, just like that, we can do the same thing with this address. This is also an address. Yeah, any address, just put an asterisk and you will go inside that address. Let me do that. Address of X, and let's put a asterisk on it, and let's comment this to part. And gives us 10. So the value inside it gives us 10. So what I just did is, any address you take, you put an asterisk like this. The asterisk takes you inside the box. That's it. So far we learned about variables, how to read the variable and its address. The second thing we learned about is pointers, how to declare a pointer here, and how to read the value and the address. So before we move to the fourth point, we learned about the asterisk as well. It takes you inside the box. If you have the address, so I wrote the summary here. I'd rather put it like this so that once the file is with you guys, you can read it and practice it on your own. Will make you make the concept concrete. And We learn about the asterisk part. Now our usage of pointers. You know why we use pointers? It points to this. So I want to use the pointer to read the value of x. How do I do that? Use asterisk to go to the address. And how do I reach to the address of the x? Let's think about that. Using the pointer is the task. So I want to read the value, which means I need to reach the address of the box so that I can go inside, putting asterisk on that. How do I reach here? Well, I need to use pointers. That is a task. So pointer, if you write ptr, it gives you the value inside it. Another way is you can take the address of the ptr and stand outside and put an asterisk on it. There are two ways. One is ptr will give the value. Second is this way, just to get clarity on the concepts that you're learning. You can do this as well. So our task is to read value of x using pointer. So ptr will give me the value inside it, which means basically I'm standing here, and this means I'm standing here. I'll just put an asterisk on it, so I'll go inside, and this is it. This gives me the value 10. Let's try this first. So the third part, usage of pointers. So here I will use the ptr pointer, which is having the address inside it. Now this ptr pointer will give me this, which means basically I'm here, and I put an asterisk on it. Put an asterisk, it takes you inside. That's it. Here's the value 10. That's the usage of the pointers. The last thing we learn about is how to read pointers. So it brings us back to the declaration. Why are we declaring like this? So when it comes to a variable x, like this, it's a variable. Yeah, it holds a value of type integer, full, you can variable holds all these kind of values, string, etc. But a pointer holds only address. Okay, so first we have to learn about reading, so that after that we will actually understand. If you know how to read the pointer declaration, you know how basically this pointer is declared. So ptr is a pointer which holds the address of x inside it. So pointer which holds the address of x inside it, onto which we put an asterisk to reach the value 10, which is of type integer. So ptr is a pointer which holds the value address of x, onto which if we put an asterisk we receive the value of type integer. That's it. Now let's read a double pointer. We have not learned what double pointer is right now, but we are just learning how to read a pointer. So ptr is a pointer which holds the address of x, inside which if we go by putting a asterisk, we will receive the address of something else, onto which we will put double asterisk. Then we will receive the value of x. which is of type integer. Let me give you a picture first to understand it better. So let's say this pointer 2 is a second pointer. So ptr2 is a place which holds a value. We have x which has 10 in it, and our ptr is the pointer which holds the address of x, which means it brings you this place. But this address of pointer, I can put the address of pointer in another pointer. So this brings us here. So ptr2 is a pointer which has the value address of, yeah, you have to give the address of, yeah, so which has the address of x, this. So if you put one asterisk on it, it means basically ptr, this part will give you, brings you here. You put an asterisk on it, you are inside here, which means basically you are here. You put an asterisk on that, it brings you inside and gives you 10, which is of type integer. That's how you got it. Yeah, that's what it returns. It gives us 10. More onto this actually in the next session. Let's not focus on the double pointer. We are just using double pointer declaration to read, to understand how to read. Let me remove this, and this is it. This is the end of the session. You know what pointer says, and these are the things we have learned. Make your notes by after practicing on the whole thing, and go step by step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you have any doubts, you can put it in the comment, and I'll address it as soon as possible. See you guys in the next video.